If you are over 50 and the bills are climbing faster than the paychecks, here is something nobody tells you. Employers are quietly desperate for exactly what you have. Reliability, showing up on time, knowing how to look a customer in the eye. Number 14. On this list, you can start this week with no experience and no interview. Number 6 lets you work from your own kitchen table in your slippers. And number 1, the demand is so high that companies are practically begging people your age to apply. These are not minimum wage traps or scams that want your credit card number. These are 25 real jobs Americans over 50 can still land when money is tight, ranked from easy local gigs to work that can actually cover the mortgage. Hit subscribe and let us count them down. Number 25. School crossing guard. It is the kind of job people drive past every morning without a second thought. But for someone over 50 who needs a little steady money and does not want to sit behind a desk, it is close to perfect. You stand at the corner. You hold up the sign. You make sure the kids get across. 2 shifts a day, an hour or so each, morning and afternoon, with the whole middle of the day left to yourself. Crossing guards nationally average right around $20 an hour, and school districts are almost always short-staffed. There is no resume to polish and no computer test to fail. The kids learn your name. The parents wave. And for a lot of folks, that little bit of purpose on a cold morning matters as much as the paycheck. Number 24. Movie theater attendant. The multiplex is one of the last places that genuinely does not care how old you are, only whether you will show up on a Friday night when the teenagers call in sick. You tear tickets, you scoop popcorn, you sweep between showings. The pay hovers near the local minimum, but the hours are flexible, the work is light on the body, and many chains hand out free tickets and discounted concessions on top. For someone who wants a few evening shifts a week and a little social contact, it beats sitting home alone. Retirees often become the anchor of the schedule, the dependable one the manager builds the week around, because they turn up and they stay calm when the lobby fills up. Number 23. Library assistant. If the idea of a loud sales floor makes you tired just thinking about it, the public library might be the gentlest paycheck in town. You check books in and out, you reshelve, you help someone find the large print mysteries, you show a nervous senior how to log on to the computer. It is quiet, it is indoors, it is respectful, and it rewards exactly the patience that comes with age. Pay is modest, usually in the mid-teens per hour, but the environment is calm and the schedules are often part-time and predictable. Librarians love hiring older workers because they read, they are careful, and they do not roll their eyes at the person who asks the same question twice. For a lot of people, it feels less like a job and more like belonging somewhere. Number 22. Grocery store cashier and bagger. Here is a number worth remembering. In surveys of hiring managers, 60% say they actually prefer to hire older workers for these roles. Think about that. The grocery store is not doing you a favor. They want you. You ring up orders, bag with care, and answer the same aisle question 40 times a day without losing your smile, which is precisely what younger workers struggle with. The pay is steady, often with a raise after 90 days, and the shifts can be part-time and close to home, which matters because an easy commute is the single most requested job feature among workers over 50. It is honest work, it keeps you on your feet and moving, and the paycheck lands on the same day every 2 weeks. Number 21. Retail sales associate. This is where all that life experience quietly becomes an asset. On a shop floor, the person who has raised a family, run a household, and dealt with every kind of human being for 50 years is worth more than a 20-year-old glued to a phone. You greet people, you find sizes, you ring the register, and you calm the frustrated customer who younger staff would rather avoid. Nearly 8 in 10 hiring managers now say they are seeing more older applicants for entry-level roles. and most of them are glad to see it. The hours flex around your life. The discount saves you money on things you would buy anyway. And after a high-pressure career, a slow Tuesday afternoon folding sweaters can feel like a small vacation. Number 20, pet sitter and dog walker. Now we reach the first of the jobs where you are the boss. Sign up on an app like Rover, set your own rates, and let the bookings come to you. People will pay well for someone trustworthy to walk their dog at lunch or watch their cat while they travel. And a steady sitter can clear $1,000 a month or more without ever filling out a job application. The only real requirements are that you love animals and that you show up when you say you will, which describes a lot of people over 50 perfectly. You get exercise, you get fresh air, and you get the quiet company of a golden retriever who thinks you are the greatest person alive. It is hard to think of a gentler way to earn. Number 19, house and rental cleaner. There is real, reliable money in cleaning, and almost nobody talks about it. With the explosion of short-term rentals, owners need someone dependable to flip a property between guests, strip the beds, wipe the counters, and get it spotless before the next check-in. You can work through a service, or better, build your own list of clients who pay you directly and request you by name. Set your own price, usually well above minimum wage per job, and control your own calendar. The work is physical, yes, but it is straightforward, and there is deep satisfaction in walking into a mess and leaving behind something clean. Word of mouth spreads fast. One trusted cleaner in a neighborhood can stay booked solid for years without ever advertising again. Number 18, handy person. If you have spent a lifetime fixing your own leaky faucets, hanging your own doors, and patching your own drywall, you are sitting on a skill that people will pay real money for. Younger homeowners today often cannot do any of it, and calling a full contractor for a small job feels like overkill. That gap is your opportunity. Mount a TV, replace a garbage disposal, fix a sticking gate, assemble the furniture nobody can figure out. You set your hourly rate, and skilled handiwork commands far more than most jobs on this list. There is no boss, no schedule but your own, and a steady stream of neighbors who are relieved to find someone competent and honest. The tools are already in your garage. The only thing you have to do is let people know you are available. Number 17, seasonal landscaping and garden helper. When spring arrives, so does the demand, and it does not stop until the leaves fall. Homeowners and small landscaping crews need help mowing, weeding, planting, mulching, and hauling. And they are not fussy about age as long as you can put in an honest few hours. For someone who loves being outdoors and wants to trade the gym membership for work that actually pays, it is ideal. You can hire on with a local crew or simply take on a handful of yards yourself. The season runs half the year in most of the country. The sun and movement are good for you, and there is an old-fashioned pride in standing back at the end of the day and looking at a yard that was a jungle when you started. Number 16. Front desk receptionist. Somewhere in your town, a dental office, a gym, a small medical clinic, or a car dealership needs someone at the front who will not scare people off. That someone is often exactly the calm, well-spoken person in their 50s or 60s who has answered 1,000 phones in their life. You greet visitors, book appointments, answer calls, and keep the front of the house running smoothly. The work is light on the body, mostly sitting, and it plays directly to skills you already have: warmth, organization, and grace under a little pressure. Employers value experience over education here, so a degree is rarely the point. The pay is steady, the environment is climate-controlled, and you become the friendly face that regulars look forward to seeing every single week. Number 15, seasonal tax preparer. Here is a job that pays you to sit indoors during the worst months of the year. Every winter, tax prep companies like H&R, Block, and Jackson Hewitt run short courses that will train you from scratch, no accounting background required, and then put you to work from January through April. For someone who is good with numbers and careful with details, it is a burst of solid income right when the heating bills hit. The season is short, which suits people who do not want a year-round commitment, and many preparers come back every single winter because the training carries over. You are helping neighbors through something that stresses them out. You are learning a genuinely useful skill, and when April ends, so does the job, leaving the rest of the year free. Number 14, substitute teacher. This is one of the easiest doors to walk through, and the shortage is nationwide. Schools are so desperate for subs that in many districts a bachelor's degree is not even required anymore. Just a background check and a willingness to stand in front of a room. You choose the days you work. Do not feel like it on Monday. Do not accept the assignment. The daily rate is respectable, and you can string together as many or as few days as your budget needs. For a former manager, tradesperson, or parent who is comfortable keeping order and explaining things clearly, it is a natural fit. And there is something quietly meaningful about the older sub who actually listens, who has stories, and who the kids end up requesting by name. Number 13, online tutor. You do not need a teaching degree to help a struggling 7th grader with fractions or to walk an adult through basic English. If you know a subject, you can tutor it, and now you can do it from your own home, over video, on your own schedule, in your reading glasses with a cup of coffee. Retired professionals, former teachers, and anyone with patience and a specialty are in demand, and the pay per hour beats most of the local jobs on this list. There is no commute, no uniform, and no manager. Just you and one student at a time, watching the moment something finally clicks. For people who spent a career gathering knowledge, tutoring is a way to turn all of it back into income, 1 hour and one small victory at a time. Number 12, food delivery driver. This is the job you can quite literally start this week. Sign up with DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Instacart, pass the background check, and your car becomes a paycheck. There is no interview, no boss watching over your shoulder, and no set schedule. You drive when you want and stop when you want, which is exactly the freedom a lot of people over 50 are looking for. It will not make you rich, and you have to account for gas and the wear on your car. But for filling a gap between other income or covering a bill that came in higher than expected, few things are faster. You already know the town better than any 25-year-old with a GPS. That local knowledge quietly turns into more deliveries and better tips. Number 11, rideshare driver. If you would rather carry people than burritos, Uber and Lyft work the same way, on your terms, whenever you flip the app on. Part-time drivers commonly net a few $100s a month after expenses, and full-timers considerably more, all without a single job application. The riders often prefer an older driver, someone calm, someone who does not weave through traffic, someone who might actually have a conversation. You control the hours completely, which means you can drive the airport run at dawn and be home by lunch, or work the Friday night crowd and sleep in Saturday. Keep an eye on gas and mileage, because those costs are real. But for a sociable person with a reliable car and a clean record, it is independence and income rolled into one. Number 10, school bus driver. Now the pay starts climbing, and the shortage is nothing short of a crisis. Districts across the country are so short of drivers that most will train you completely for free, pay you while you earn your commercial license, and often throw in real benefits on top. The wage runs around $21 an hour and up, with the enormous bonus of split shifts that leave your whole midday open, plus every holiday and summer that the kids get off. It takes a certain steadiness to drive a bus full of children. exactly the steadiness that comes with decades behind the wheel. You become a fixture of the neighborhood, the person every kid on the route knows. Few jobs on this list combine this much pay, this many benefits, and this much demand. Number 9. Warehouse and Fulfillment Associate. The online shopping boom needs bodies, and it needs them all year, not just at the holidays. Warehouses pick, pack, and ship around the clock, and while the work is physical, plenty of roles are steady, straightforward, and pay above the local retail rate, especially when the seasonal peaks hit and the overtime opens up. Employers here care far more about whether you show up and work hard than about your age, and older workers earn a reputation fast for exactly that. If your body is up for the movement, it is dependable. Money with regular hours, and often a clear path to a supervisor role, because the person who is reliable and calm on the floor is precisely who they want running a shift. Number 8. Security guard. Here is a job that often pays you to sit down. Not every guard post is patrolling a parking lot in the cold. Many are seated at a desk in a warm lobby, checking badges, watching monitors, signing in visitors, and simply being a steady, watchful presence. The pay runs around $18 to $20 an hour. The training is short, and the industry actively recruits older workers. The nation's largest security company even runs a dedicated hiring push aimed at seasoned talent, because a calm, mature guard reassures people in a way a nervous kid never could. Night shifts pay a little extra for those who do not mind them. For someone who wants low stress, steady, indoor work with a real paycheck, few jobs are this easy to walk into. Number 7. Remote Customer Service Representative. From here on, you can work in your slippers. Companies everywhere hire people to answer calls, chats, and emails from home, helping customers solve problems. And the single most valuable trait for the job is patience, which tends to grow with age, not shrink. You need a quiet room, a decent internet connection, and a calm voice, and you are set. The pay is solid for work from home, often part-time and flexible, and there is no commute eating your time and your gas money. Younger workers burn out on the repetition. Older workers, who have spent a lifetime staying pleasant through difficult conversations, tend to thrive. Just be careful, because scammers love to fake these listings, so stick to real, named companies and never pay a cent to get hired. Number 6. Administrative Assistant and Office Clerk. Every business on earth drowns in paperwork, scheduling, filing, and follow-up, and someone has to keep it all from falling apart. That someone is very often an organized person over 50 who has run offices, households, and other people's lives for decades. Increasingly, this work is part-time and remote, done from your own desk at home. You manage calendars, answer email, keep records straight, and make sure nothing slips through the cracks. If being the calm, capable person who keeps everyone else on track is second nature to you, someone out there will gladly pay for it. Number 5. Bookkeeper. If numbers do not scare you, this is one of the best paying jobs an older worker can do from home, and it pays a median of around $24 an hour. Small businesses everywhere need someone to track income and expenses, send invoices, and keep the books tidy for tax time. And most of them would love to hand it to a careful, trustworthy person and never think about it again. Learn a program like QuickBooks, and you can build a roster of clients who pay you monthly, working from your kitchen table on your own schedule. It rewards exactly the qualities that come with experience, patience, precision, and discretion. Start with one small business, do it well, and word travels. Bookkeepers who are reliable rarely have to look for work twice. Number 4. Mobile notary and loan signing agent. This is the quiet moneymaker most people have never heard of. Becoming a notary costs very little and takes only a short course and a state commission. But the real income comes when you add loan signing, guiding people through the stack of documents when they buy a house or refinance. Signing agents earn a healthy fee per appointment, often $100 or more for an hour or two of careful work, and you set your own hours and travel to the client. It suits a detail-oriented, presentable person perfectly, and there is steady demand wherever homes are bought and sold. The startup cost is tiny, the barrier to entry is low, and once you are established, it becomes a flexible, dignified way to earn real money on your own terms. Number 3, non-emergency medical driver. Every single day, thousands of older and disabled Americans need a ride to a doctor's appointment, a dialysis session, or a pharmacy, and they need a patient, careful person to get them there. This is not an ambulance. It is calm, scheduled driving with a purpose, and the people you help are often lonely and deeply grateful for the company. You can work through medical transport companies or rideshare programs built specifically for healthcare trips. The pay is steady, the pace is gentle, and the work matters in a way that a food delivery run never quite will. For someone over 50 with a clean record, a reliable car, and a kind manner, it combines a paycheck with genuine human connection, which is exactly what a lot of people are missing. Number 2, companion caregiver. Right near the very top sits one of the most needed and least appreciated jobs in America. A companion caregiver is not a nurse. You are not giving medical care. You are keeping an older person company, driving them to appointments, cooking a simple meal, playing cards, running errands, and making sure they are safe and not alone. Agencies are constantly hiring, and they specifically want warm, mature, dependable people, which describes so many folks over 50 exactly. The pay is steady, the hours can flex around your life, and the demand is only growing as the country ages. Many caregivers say it is the most meaningful work they have ever done. When money is tight and you also crave purpose, few jobs give you both this generously. And finally, in first place, number 1, home health and personal care aide. No job on this entire list is more in demand, and it is not close. The government projects around 765,000 openings every single year for the next decade, with the field growing 17%, far faster than almost any other line of work in the country. Employers are not just hiring, they are begging, and most will train you from scratch. You help people with daily tasks, bathing, dressing, meals, light housekeeping, and mobility, allowing them to stay in their own homes with dignity. It is physical, and it asks for a big heart, but the door is wide open to anyone reliable and caring, regardless of age or degree. The pay is steady and rising. The schedules bend around your needs, and when money is tight, this is the one job on this list where you can almost always find work, this week, near you, doing something that genuinely changes a life. So there you have it, 25 real jobs Americans over 50 can still land when money is tight. From the crossing guard on the corner to the home health aide, the whole country is desperate to hire. Notice the pattern. Almost every one of them rewards the very things you already have: reliability, patience, and a lifetime of knowing how to handle people. Your age is not the obstacle, it is the qualification. Pick just one, take the first small step this week, and tell me in the comments which one you are going to try.